vicious.
No matter what you drive, remember, burn rubber,
This is CISCO and his wife Eve, and we're going to interview them about their 48 Fleetline and the 59 Chevy Impala.
Guys, welcome to my spot. This is it right here. I'm humble that you guys are willing to come out and spend a little bit of time with me. And this is the lady that makes me stronger.
There it is. There it is. So you got a new car to the family.
Yes.
How did that go about? How did you finally get from holding him down to actually riding next to him in something just as cool?
It's actually pretty surprising because, like you said, for the longest time I was just riding with him in the sense of, you know, sitting next to him. Wasn't really too involved in the build of this car or his first one, the 84 Cutlass. And then random conversation, we were at a really good family friend's house celebrating Thanksgiving, and one of the guys that we know, best friend, great family, and we're just talking, he mentioned the 48 in the Midwest. So I'm like, okay, never really saw 48 in the sense of like I can point it out and be like, yeah, that's a bomb or whatever.
Right, or that's something that I want.
That I want, exactly.
My buddy showed us a picture on his phone. He goes, man, I know a guy that's got this car. And he goes, man, the car is so awesome. But he goes, I don't have the money for it, and I don't have the time for it, and I don't have the space for it. And we were celebrating Thanksgiving at his house. And I said, man, let me take a look at it. And I saw that picture on his phone.
And he just showed it to me, and I was like, how much is this car?
And that's when I knew we were going to get it. That was the moment.
I was like, that kind of car for that much money, we're stupid if we don't get it. So,
right.
I think 2 weeks later, we're driving out to the Midwest?
2 weeks later, right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas.
We borrowed a trailer, a flatbed. We got in our truck. My buddy, shout out to my buddy, Carl Ferrazzi. It's helped me so much with these cars.
Yes.
And it was him, my wife Eve, and myself, and we did a 20-some hour drive through like 4 different states.
Yes.
Slept on the side of the road. Truck stops. Had a great time.
Now, did this car run?
No.
Your knowledge, was it running? Was it?
No, we actually have pictures. Technically, we are the second owners of the vehicle. So the vehicle was purchased in 1948. We found the bill of sale in the glove box when we actually put it in the garage, and they bought it for in 1948 for $1,248. The gentleman's name was Edward. He lived somewhere back in the Midwest. It stayed in the barn after 1973. And from 1973 until about 2 years ago, it was in his barn the entire time.
The entire time.
The person that we got the car from was a neighbor of his.
So it wasn't a family member, it wasn't handed down, it wasn't inherited?
Handed down. Nope, it was just another good old car collector out there with a lot of experience. Very nice old man, very knowledgeable, very funny. He knew of the car, made the deal with the family. We actually have a picture of them actually pulling the car, dragging the car out of the barn with all kinds of mud, 40 years worth of dirt and mud. And once the guy purchased it, he kept it on his driveway and never registered, never did anything to it, just hung on to it. Shortly after that, we made the deal, we bought it. So technically, on paper, we are the second owners of the car.
Because it was never registered.
It was
to the
never
second
registered.
owner.
The only thing the guy did was just basically found it for us, pulled it out of the barn, and basically hung on to it until we were able to find it and get the deal from him.
Now, when you seen it, were you talking about flipping it? Were you talking about making it part of the family? Were you talking about painting it? What was your vision?
My thing was the Cutlass. That was a showstopper. That was attention getter. Whatever. This one was kind of like the family car in a sense, but since I wasn't too much part of this build, I didn't feel like it was really a family car. So when we got this one, I was like, all right, this one is genuinely a family car. No photo shoots with women on
Right.
this car.
Yep.
It's gonna hold its honor, and
As an
so-
upstanding male,
Yeah.
from the 40s.
the classy
Very
gentleman.
much.
Yes, that's part of the story of how we got his name as well. So we decided, I was like, no, I don't want to paint it. It took over 70 years to get this rust, and it's beautiful. So we were definitely gonna like keep the patina,
Mhm.
and then we knew that we wanted to do the interior, but I wanted to keep them as just like as like
Period correct.
yes,
Yeah.
you know,
no
I didn't
no
wanna
crazy
change-
patterns or
right.
anything.
Yeah.
Keep everything original as much as we could. Don't want to put any holes in this one, so I don't want to lower it.
Right.
No hydraulics, no airbags. We did put lowering springs in,
Yeah.
so that's kind of helping, and I think you want to go a little bit more, but I'm kind of fighting them with it.
Right, right.
I gotta go low and slow, but
what
I mean,
what
as
did the
of right
kids
now-
think of it as a family vehicle?
You know what? The kids actually enjoy this car. I would definitely say we get away with them riding in this one a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see this car, it's just vintage, it's classy, it's rustic, it's just a different feel, a different look.
Definitely.
And I think they can actually appreciate those kind of terms with everybody trying to go
Yeah.
thrifting and, you know, trying to bring back that whole retro vibe.
So you have been with them since the Cutlass.
Since 1996, the year was
Yeah.
1996.
Wow.
The year was 1996.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Cutlass at the time was actually my daily. It was
Yeah.
obviously not painted.
Not painted.
It was all original.
Yes.
I actually
Oh.
used to drive across town to go meet my then girlfriend, pick her up, and
Took me
go
to
on
prom
dates.
in it before you
Yeah.
did the whole
Chopped
change.
it up, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember actually telling her while we were dating that I had been bitten by the
The
car
bug.
the bug,
Yeah.
the lowrider bug.
The bug that you could lose everything for.
Yeah.
You can lose your life because you're trying to be too flashy. You can lose your
Yeah.
freedom because you're trying to risk too much to make a name. You can lose your girlfriend or your wife and children because you're choosing the car culture scene
Yeah.
or club over
Mhm.
your
He
family.
didn't know that at the time.
Right.
Did not.
But
No.
yes, he was bit by the bug, and he
As
did
a
tell
20-year-old, give it all to me. I
Yes.
just
That's
want to
right.
be seen.
Yes.
Give it to me.
me. Yes.
That's right,
It
we
was
met.
Definitely a
And you
party.
stuck by him the whole time. That's
I actually remember driving the Cutlass and her by my side and me telling her, hey, listen, I really like you a lot, but I want to let you know that this is only going to get worse for me. So I told her 100%, I said, if you're down to ride with me, then let's do it. Think about it. And if you're not down with this, then I get it. You know, we can just go ahead and have a great time today and be off our separate ways. But if you're down, then come along the ride. And you know,
wow.
23, almost 24 years later, next month,
And you're
she's
leaning
still
up
here.
against her car
yes, I
that
am.
might get more thumbs up than yours.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And things have come full circle.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. That's,
Yeah.
we appreciate the conversation. We appreciate the love. We can't wait to go take a ride in these things.
Yes, let's do that.
What do you think, Dave?
he'll understand. Oh my.
Drop the ass on.
Hold on. I gotta take the video.
That's what it's all about right there, man. That's the trophy right there.
Yeah.
That's the real trophy.
That's the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Damn.
Got out of the car show, bam, automatically.
That's it right there.
They don't make them like this no more. Rush to reality in a real way. Boom.
It's all love, baby.
Yes, sir. They don't make them like this no more.
That's right. Woo!
The wife's here. You know you can't answer those questions.
Man,
Good job, though.
I appreciate that. Much love. You have a good night.
Yes, sir. Thank you for letting me take a picture. Damn.
Of course.
And that's what it's about.
Right there. That's the trophy right there.
All the waiting for the parts, all the overspendage, all the sleepless nights.
All the blood, sweat, and all the tears.
And they're real.
It's very real. It's very real. You build these cars, you learn stuff about yourself. You have no idea. You really find out what you're really made out of. And like I said before, if it was easy to do, everybody would have one of these. You cannot find these at the dealership. You can go and get a Ferrari, you can get a Lambo, you can get any of that. I've been hit up a couple times. People in Australia, they want to buy the Cutlass. Recently, one of my usos, they hit me up. Was like, bro, I'm out here, man. What do I got to do to get the 59? I said, you know what, man?
And they got money.
Kita offered me the car, so I told him straight up. I said, man, Kita straight is the one that got me the car. The offer came to him. He passed up on it. He called me at home and he said, hey, you sitting down, Oos? I go, yeah, why? What happened? What's wrong? He goes, hey, I came across this deal on a 59 hardtop. He goes, you know, I could take it for myself, or I can take it and flip it, offer it to whoever I want to, anybody in the world that I want to. But he goes, I want you to have it. And you're gonna get my deal on it. Dude's already waiting for you. I already gave him all your information. Just call and make it happen. And yeah, man, we made it happen. And so I tell people all day, man, you know, Kita, you know, it was because of him. He could have kept the car himself. He could have flipped it. He could have passed it down to anybody. But yeah, I told my boy over in Australia, my house in Australia, I was like, bro, you would have to give me disgusting amount of money for me to even consider getting rid of this, because you know,
Right, it's more than just a 59.
and that was my nice way of saying no. You know, but yeah, shout out to all the Usos out there. You know, always shout out to my boy Q from the Middle East. Shout out to Kuwait Bombs, man. Just man, this lowrider thing is just love, man. Worldwide, man. Worldwide, it is, right? Because you can't find these at a dealership. You cannot find these at the dealership. You can go and get a Ferrari, you can get a Lambo, you can get any of that. And that's it. You got the money, you get it. That's it. There's nothing to it. You work hard for the money, but you didn't work hard for the car. This, you're not going to pick it up at any dealership. This will test your commitment.
Not this day and age.
Now, you as a builder that's put in so many years, what is your personal perspective on buy and not built?
Oh, I ain't got no problem with that.
Right.
Absolutely not. You know, there's a lot of debate going back and forth about that. And I'll tell you what, man, I got friends that got to build them from scratch. I got friends that can just say, here you go, no problem. At the end of the day, man, it's all love, man. Here's the way I see it. You either have to work hard to build a car,
It's both ways.
or you have to work really hard to get the money to just pull up and say, here you go. Either way, there's no shortcuts.
Yep, no shortcuts.
You get one of these cars, I don't care if you bought it, if you built it, if you redid it,
Real spit.
it don't matter. At the end of the day, you worked your ass off to either get the money to get it, or you worked your ass off to get this piece by piece.
Yeah.
And
100%. Because some people don't have that creativity, or they don't have that, like I say, that thick skin.
if your skin ain't thick, man, you building a car is you're probably not gonna finish it.
Yeah.
I've done cars for a lot of people who just couldn't even finish it. I was doing all the hard work.
Right.
Like, bro, like, you just gotta show what your bread.
Yeah, and it's the waiting process, and you
Yeah.
can't find parts, or you want a certain part. We're gonna have to wait for that part to come around in good enough shape for us to re-chrome it, or make it applicable to your build.
Oh yeah, I mean, a paint job is gonna take you. I mean, it could take you 6 months. It could take you 5 years. It could take you 1. It could take you 3.
Yeah.
And I mean, in the meanwhile, you still gotta eat. You still gotta go to work. You still gotta deal with, with the wife at home. You still gotta pay your bills. You're like, hey, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I really doing this? And then, but I tell you what. When you finish the car, when you take it out, the first time you pull up in it, the first time somebody gives you a thumbs up, you're like, yeah, I did the right thing. It's all worth it when you're on the other side of that,
Absolutely.
You look at all the trophies, the pictures, and all that, man, that's just them acknowledging all your hard work.
Yeah, that's sweet, man. I definitely want to get a shot at all them trophies. I love trophies.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know, I know we hopscotching with the stuff, but one thing I want to touch on what he was saying is when he's saying the lowrider guys are flashy, I feel like it's like with anything, if you put in love, I don't care if it's with your kids. Because I used to get people who used to tell me dumb shit like, you should love unconditionally no matter what. You shouldn't expect nothing back. Bullshit. I want some shit back. Love me back. Appreciate me back. You know what I'm saying? Show me some gratitude, something. So same thing when you put in these work with these cars, man, it feels so good to get that bam. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you did that, man. So I mean, I think we all see it the same,
That's right, man.
Absolutely. Very good.
Now, is there anything that you haven't built that you want to build?
Yeah. Next, in the works, maybe in the next year or two, I'm gonna start a '57 Chevy convertible. 57 Bel Air, 57 convertible. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's no
Rust to
question.
reality.
We
man.
both doing this.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing one too.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he probably gonna go with the original look. My shit gonna look like it's from 57, 22 or something. You going all original?
Yeah, I think so. You know what? It's hard to say, man. At the end of the day, I mean, it starts one way, and then, halfway through, you're like, yeah, maybe I have some smoke. You know what? Maybe I just dropped the ass a little bit. Maybe I just.
Right.
So it's hard to say at this point. Right now, I mean, I really, a 57 rag right now is just, man, you see those, and they're beautiful either which way, man. The next phase of my life. Now, my kids are grown. I done been through a lot. I done seen a lot. I learned a lot of tough lessons, and you're still here. You're still here. Kind of like that car right there. That's a 1948 Chevy Fleetline.
Let's go out and see that.
Let's check it out. Let me,
So what are we looking at here?
So right here, you're looking at the latest toy right here. This is Edward 48. My girl named him Edward 48. My girl says, she goes, you know what, that's what I love about this car. We named him Edward because he's a distinguished gentleman. He might look rough on the outside. You can see he's got gray hair. He's got, he's seen better days on the outside. But he's got heart. He's got experience. He's got a history. He's got knowledge. And he still goes. He still goes, especially after we got done with it.
Just turn that down.
I can show you all the stuff that's in it. I mean, it's all up. So this is what we call 3 on the tree. 3 on the tree. So you got the very center, the small one, that's the starter pedal. You're not starting the car just by turning the key. You got to turn the key and actually hit that pedal and hold it for your starter to kick in. Next to that, you got the gas pedal, you got the brake pedal, and then you got the clutch. So it's a manual transmission. They call it 3 on the tree because it's a 3-speed transmission, and your shifter is not on the floor, but rather right here on the column. So over the years, it's been called 3 on the tree. That's how people kind of, remember it. You also have turn signals, which were an option in 1948.
An option.
They were an option in 1948. There it is.
Did this have it, or did you put those on?
No, I added that. That is a $500 accessory right there. Yeah. You have your AC unit right here.
Ooh, that thing blow hard.
That's a GM right there. And let me tell you something. It actually works pretty damn good because it's right in your face.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's not as fancy as the BMW over here, but this did its thing. You're talking a grand between these two things right here.
The fan and the
Yeah, you're talking
blinkers.
easy a grand if you got the hookup, if you know somebody, if you know a homie that'll show you some love on the price. You're talking a grand for both of them if you can find them.
Wow.
The steering wheel right here is not even fully restored. I thought about fully restoring it, and then I thought, you know what? The little cracks and the little dinks and stuff, it gives a character. It
It's
goes with
almost
the
like
rest of the
dyeing his
car.
hair.
Exactly.
Don't do it.
It gives a character, but you know what? This steering column, this original banjo steering column, you're looking at over $2,500.
Yeah, he said banjo. Oh man.
Yeah, that's an
Now
original.
what is that?
banjo.
Is that a gun hanging out the dad? What is that?
This
thing?
right here?
Yeah.
That right there, the first time I saw that, I tripped out. I thought it was a rifle. I thought
Yeah,
it was a
rifle
30 or
handle.
something, right? That's the emergency brake right there. Yeah.
Wow.
You literally, you squeeze the trigger, you pull down, and it releases. You squeeze the trigger, you pull up, and it engages it.
Wow.
So I mean, you got your little flashlight right here. You know, you're on the side of the road or something. You know, you signaling people. You know, shout out to Genuine Auto Services. They got every single one of these right here working. Every single one of these
All the
things
gauges
work.
work.
All the gauges work. All the gauges work. The
Sweet.
speedometer works. The clock works. Everything works on this.
Sweet.
And just all the little
Bro, look at the cigarettes in the bag in the windshield.
Yeah.
inline 6, 216.
I'm in
Looked at it, one picture, and I was like, damn, I've always wanted one of these. I went up to my girl at the right time, right time, right place, and I was like, what you think? And she goes, is it for sale? Boom. That's it, it's over. When she said that, I already knew we were gonna pick it up. 2 weeks later, something didn't get paid, but we went and picked it up.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
When they had it for sale, it wasn't even like advertised.
It wasn't even advertised, so
Rust to reality.
What's the reality? Burn rubber, you dig? Look. Hey man, everything about this thing is classic. Delco battery. You youngsters ain't ever heard of that. Overflow return tank. Really? Look at the spark plug wires, bro. This is crazy. Run. And it looks like they got cloth on them, bro. Nice. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Between this and a Merc, a 50 Merc, I don't know which one I would pick. But this will make me stay with Chevy just because it's a Chevy. And he did such a great job.
part is, they see us from the outside. They see the things that make us glow, and we don't even know that they're seeing it. So she know what makes him click and tick. You know what I'm saying? That have this woo. And obviously, it made her feel the same way too. So this might be hers. I don't know.
Hey, she named it. Oh yeah, this is hers. This is the first time, and this is, I mean, it's a big commitment. I mean, married a long time, kids, great life together, everything. She's my best friend. But you knew there was something special because I said, all right, your name's going on the title on this one too.